Oh,
Happy
we're all
Oscar.
there.
Yes, we're all happy Oscar hangover, everyone. Went 5 hours ish doing the Oscar live watch party. We did survive. We survived. And here we are. Hope you're having a good Monday. It's Alan Ing, Angry Badger, and myself, Chris Gore. How's it going, everybody?
Fantastic.
How you doing?
I like how 5
Yeah.
hours wasn't that long.
Yeah,
What was in the 5 hours, though?
It was an intense 5 hours, but hey, not our longest stream. That was the Star Trek funeral. Alan before this was lamenting, oh man, Starfleet Academy is over. We're not going to get to talk about it. And we can talk about it today if you like.
I'm just looking at our numbers when it comes to views on Starfleet Academy. It's like,
well, I for one am glad it's over. I just do not, I don't want to talk about it. It's done. It's sad.
Until the second season.
I know. Yes.
Yeah, the second season. Yeah.
Thank you for a second season.
Alan, you would sacrifice our mental health for viewing? I would too, but viewing numbers.
Well, I mean, when you look at what's coming up, it's like, wow, we could really
not
use
much.
Starfleet Academy.
Yeah, it's not much.
I'll just say this. A lot of people did not survive last night. This is like the end of a horror film, like The Thing. John Carpenter's The Thing, and there are fewer and fewer people left by the end. This is it.
Yeah.
And it's an early stream, so
Dante woke up to so many DMs from Grace Randolph. I don't know what's going on.
Oh, wow.
He was lit last night.
You up?
He was lit.
You up?
Go watch RMB says he's gonna be here, but he said he was gonna be at the Oscar watch party. I don't know. We'll see. They all have the links, and that's fine. Hey, Alan, let's actually, I don't have any comments to go over, but let's look at the box office before we get to Oscars.
All right. Well,
and
Hopper's Hold Strong's dropping only 37% to stay in number one. Reminders of Him, a movie I very much liked, came in at number 2 with 18 million. Undertone, the horror film, at 9.3 million. Scream 7 drops.
Pause on that. Undertone, that was made for $500,000.
Mm-hmm.
It's like a low budget. That's considered low budget indie. It was like under $1 million, and it made 9 million opening weekend. That's significant.
Yeah. The sequel's gonna be called Undertune.
Okay.
All right.
Yes. Number 4, Scream 7, dropping only half. The Goat stays strong, almost hitting the $100 million mark there. The Bride drops another 70%, bringing in only $2 million. Kiki's Delivery Service is a re-release. Wuthering Heights just limps along. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 2, the re-release, does fairly well. Crime 101, I Can Only Imagine, Elvis, Send Help, and then Slanted at $600,000.
So Slanted debuted in, to be fair, about just under 600 theaters.
Mm-hmm.
Debuted with 624,000.
Yeah.
I think maybe that trailer turned people off.
Mm-hmm. That's the arrogance of filmmakers. They think they have the greatest story ever, and it's gonna change the world, and then they actually make the film. They realize nope.
Well, I mean, I don't know if our negative review of that movie had anything to do with the lackluster box office, but
no, I think it's white people hating Asians. And so, therefore, racism.
Well, it looks like a very negative white people movie.
Yeah.
And I think people are just tired of that. It's not very clever. And here's what's
negative
weird.
to Asian people.
Yeah. But the thing is, the message is for white people.
Yeah, exactly. But also, it's like when you think about it in the context of the story, the white people in the movie, most of them are not. They were ethnically altered. So they were actually people of color made into white people.
So the movie was diverse.
Yeah, Patrick Lemire. Yeah, any movie can hit if you get the budget right. This is what I keep saying: scale the budget for the market. You have a market cap. Like, the reason horror films are mostly made on smaller budgets is because they know horror films are generally not $100 million box office films. They're like 10 million or 20. And it's basic budgeting and math. Make it for this. It makes this profit. That's it. Hollywood forgot that. And The Bride, I mean, oh my God.
Yeah.
Bombing so hard. No wonder. And we'll do a segment on this because this stuff is leaking out about the Buffy script. We've seen some pages and what's leaked about it. And I'm sure someone on that production leaked it because it's never going to be seen because it looked god awful. No. And when you look at everything that's so extremely woke, like bombing, it makes sense of like, let's not make this. This is not what people want.
Yeah.
This is not what people want.
They're correct. They're fixing Joss Whedon.
Yeah. It reads like it's 2022.
Yeah.
Like it definitely reads at the height of woke.
Well, let's save it until after we talk about the Oscars. Because the Oscars were last night. I have so many stories and things to share. Alan, I know you've got the numbers. Before you get to that, I have a lot to show you. So I'm just going to go through all these things and share them. Look at this. Oscar winners, from college roommates to Oscar winners, Ryan Coogler and Ludwig Göransson met as students at university in 2007. Look at this. That's great. They both won Oscars and they were friends in college. How cool of a story is that?
No.
I love that. But one thing some people commented on was the hypocrisy of, look at this. This is the auditorium after the Oscars. Now, to be fair, that looks like an AMC on a Friday night. Okay. That's an AMC on a Friday night. It's fine. But when you hear the lectures and then see, this is Hollywood. This is Hollywood's Walk of Fame, right near where the Oscars take place. That's what you're looking at.
Yeah.
I mean, I know that area. Fentanyl zombies. You've got the homeless tents. I don't know what's happening there. Drugs. That's right down from the theater, the Dolby Theater. Look at that.
Well, I knew it was a bad idea allowing the homeless to be seat fillers.
But I mean, this is really unconscionable and shows the hypocrisy that, we're being lectured about all these popular causes, but our current home isn't fixed. The streets of Hollywood. I mean, I always say, like, when you see the tourists, they look like that scared family at the beginning of 1989 Batman walking through Gotham in fear for their lives. That's what tourists look like in Hollywood. And this is the mess that was left in the theater to be cleaned up by the pores.
It did not look like that 20 years ago. I've seen a lot of people try to run point, but oh no, I always had homeless people. Yeah, they always had homeless people, but they did not have the fucking sidewalks lined with fentanyl addicts hunched over or like entire families splayed out like that.
Yeah, they had homeless, but it didn't look like they were actually dying.
Right. Our homeless were fun back in the day. They wouldn't like stab you, and you could like give them food and you wouldn't be assaulted, and they weren't everywhere.
Yeah. Here's some commentary. I'm going to go through a bunch of these. Stephen Gatos says, "What made Hollywood so great?"
Blow that up? Yeah.
Oh, sorry. Okay, yeah, Badger, you read this.
Sure. What made Hollywood so great back then, and why people tuned into the Oscars? They still made movies for us. It was a trade-off. You entertain us, and we'll reward you with admiration as long as we get something out of it. What do we get out of it now? The movies are mostly terrible. The celebrities have become irritating and unlikable. Why should anyone waste their time caring about any of it?
Yeah, this is from SashaStone.com, her Substack. It's how the Oscars made everyone hate them. I mean, I can't. It's very sad, but check out that essay. We'll put the link in the description. But look at this, more commentary. Something that should have been a home run, the in memoriam every year. And by the way, the longest in memoriam ever for an Oscar show.
They still got it wrong.
And they still, from Robert Meyer Burnett, who may in fact be here, he says, among Bridget Bardot, Robert Carradine, Bud Cort, Richard Chamberlain, and we were talking about, who else did they forget?
No, well, I mean, Keeley here.
The one I'm ashamed that I didn't think of, just because it just happened, was James Vanderbeek.
Yes, James Vanderbeek. I don't know if that's TV, if that matters.
He was in movies. He was in movies.
He was in movie.
Yeah. Varsity Blues, How Dare You, and then Rules of Attraction. That's 2 movies.
You know what, though?
2 movies. Okay.
You know what?
Okay.
He was James Vanderbeek was religious. I don't know if that.
He gave a very
Christian
public message about it.
Look, I'm gonna. He's not a movie star. Sorry.
Okay.
How dare you?
Anyways,
TV star.
They forgot David Keeley, who is his company, and Jeff Keeley, who I worked with at G4 TV, who does the Game Awards. His father, David Keeley, who I had the most amazing conversation with back in, I think it was like 2012, at the AMC at Universal, about the format, how I like IMAX more than 3D. And their company is like, they push IMAX, shooting in IMAX films. He's the pioneer.
Yeah.
And
people
like,
I was gonna say Jeff was pretty upset his father wasn't up there.
Yeah, he should be. He was. I mean, the reason people are still going to theaters is to see IMAX movies, and to forget David Keeley and what his family has done for the movies, for seeing movies in a theater. They don't release IMAX movies for the home format, although many have argued that the Dune movies should change the format for the 4K release. So you see the full screen. You can't buy an IMAX TV. Anyways, this is the worst one. But that's and Bridget Bardot, was she left out because of her politics? She was very outspoken. So that's just one of the things from the evening that kind of bombed. But I think this will start a conversation. What is the worst Best Picture winner in Oscars history? Says Despot of Antrim. Okay, Driving Miss Daisy, agree. Crash, that was bad. I don't know why that one. Hurt, because it's very LA story.
Mm-hmm.
Hurt Locker, weak. The Shape of Water, I didn't hate that, but Best Picture.
Divisive, definitely divisive.
One battle after another goes down as one of the worst Best Picture winners, I think, of all time.
How is Moonlight not on this list?
Yeah.
Shakespeare in Love winning over Saving Private Ryan is riot level ridiculousness.
But it wasn't the worst movie.
But here's I think some of the bombs of the evening. One of the biggest bombs of the evening were the ABC tie-ins to Disney films about to be released. There was the very awkward, Robert Downey Jr. coming out with Chris Evans. He's wearing the green suit. Ooh, is that because of Doomsday? And they had that scripted, terrible, unfunny. And here's the thing that made it more awkward. They thought they would come out to uproarious applause. The theater was dead silent. They didn't know how to react. And it wasn't funny. Awful, awful. And then there was this is from the official Star Wars Twitter. Look, all right. It says he's a star now. Let's look at this real quick. We'll take a look at this.
sometimes even alien worlds that our characters live in.
You've had some experience with those.
A little. The good, the bad, and the downright adorable.
You hear the theaters kind of like,
Get
It's
away
like
from
dead
him,
silent,
you bitch.
man.
Wow, good character recall. I peed myself a little.
It's my soft maternal
Oh,
instinct.
this scripted banter is like,
I'm sorry, Kate.
Kate,
there's
I stand by
He
it.
didn't rehearse this enough.
Okay.
what
I'm
is
sorry.
it?
oh,
Come on.
God, that was
It's
so
it's
awful.
painful. It was painful. But I would say probably the best speech of the night came from Oscar. And I actually, you know what? I think all the actor nominations, they got it right. Jesse Buckley really deserved it.
Mhm.
Michael B. Jordan deserved it. Amy Madigan. But this is Jessie Buckley, her speech really just about being a mom. You got to hear this if you didn't see it last night.
My family, my Irish family, they're all here. Ireland bought them flights. Where are you? Can you just... Mom, Dad, thank you for teaching us to dream and to never be defined by expectation, but to carve from your own passion. You, Fred, I love you, man. I love you. You're the most incredible dad. You're my best friend, and I want to have 20,000 more babies with you. I do. I do. And Isla, my little girl who is 8 months, who has absolutely no idea what's going on and is probably dreaming of milk. But this is kind of a big deal. And I love you and I love being your mom and I can't wait to discover life beside you. Chloe and Maggie, to get to know this incandescent woman and journey to understand the capacity of a mother's love is the greatest collision of my life. It's Mother's Day in the UK today.
A mother? What's that?
So I would like to dedicate this to the beautiful chaos of a mother's heart. We all come from a lineage of women who continue to create against all odds. Thank you for recognizing me in this role. This is the greatest honor. I can't even believe it. Gurv mila mila mahagut slán.
What was that last part?
She said something in Welsh or something like that. I don't know. Or Gaelic. I don't know.
Good timing.
In
with,
Irish, yeah.
By the way, I came from
Tatty.
a long lineage of women.
But what is a woman? Like, it's crazy that she even said women in motherhood.
Well, this is what I'm saying. It's such a basic speech of gratitude and talks about what's important in life.
Yeah.
He forgot to say F ice or F Palestine.
Definitely
All
a lot to say that.
All the things she didn't say that. It's a very good. It was just,
this is literally what JK gets dragged over the coals because she said, "Yeah, they're called mothers, women."
Yeah, but as far as I'm concerned, you know who won the night? Michael B. Jordan.
Yeah.
Going to, did you see?
Yes.
Did you see? This is from our friend
They all
Dante
looked happy.
James, Verbal Riot. He says,
Because Dante went there too. He staggered
wins
in
the
and out.
Oscar, celebrates it in and out. Gotta love it. Let's put this full screen. He's got his yeah, look. It's like flying around your
Now back up.
Enthusiasm. Good.
Digital.
He's holding on to that Oscar. He's bringing all the girls in and out. Oh, man. Gracious.
Signed it. Can I get some extra spread? Thanks, guys.
I love this kid. And look at everything. That awesome.
In and Out is God tier, by the way. How dare you, Crease, say it's trash? God tier food.
Who says that?
Someone who
But,
loves
like,
DCU and Gunn.
He's showing love for fans. He's appreciative. And I don't know. I feel like that's by example. I think, and even Amy Madigan's speech too. We didn't show that, but that was also a good speech. Any comments on this, guys? I've got more stuff to share with you.
No, I think I like Michael B. Jordan. And you mentioned it, the gratitude. I think the whole Sinners crew understands gratitude. You know, I know people didn't like the movie. I happen to really like that movie. And, we talked to Ryan Coogler about the idea that he made the movie for fans. It was meant for people who were going to spend $100, hire babysitters. That's the kind of movie he wanted to, that's the audience he wanted to make his movie for. Unlike the one that won for Best Picture, which is just for weak progressives who just
I like Michael.
Here's some
I
other.
like Michael. I enjoyed Sinners too. I think Sinners we had really bad movies for a really long time. And then all of a sudden we started getting just competent movies that were written well and acted well. And I think maybe we
shot well,
shot all the things, done well. But yeah, maybe not the best thing fucking ever, but it was good. It was good.
Yeah.
And we just
There
need
were
to keep
some
doing
other
that.
sweet stories from the night. Look at this. This is Jacob Elordi. Jacob Elordi's mom, Melissa, looks so proud of him as they
He
walk
got robbed though.
the red carpet. The actor, he's 28 years old, promised her at 15 he would take her to the ceremony when he got his first nomination, making a 13-year-old dream come true. Look at that. Wow. Well, she looks very young. So there you go.
Mom, but very easily could have been a different thing. Yeah, good for her.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
I mean, if people had actually seen Frankenstein.
Yeah. And then Jeff Goldblum, who I know we all love, brought his lovely wife. Let's see this.
Get the fuck out of here. This is
And
real?
Jeff, together those smiles, guys, right here. And Jeff, Mr. Goldblum.
So this is Jeff Goldblum and his wife. She seems a bit younger than he is.
She wasn't dressed that way at the CCAs.
And one more time, guys, right here, those smiles.
Yeah, so she's
Yeah.
Oh,
not all heroes wear capes. That's all I have
all right.
to say. That's all I have to say on that.
Do you have Kevin O'Leary?
And you've got, this is something Alan.
Jeff, together those smiles, guys, right here.
Alan kept wanting me to show this. This
Jeff,
was.
Mr. Goldblum right here, sir. Jeff, those eyes.
They're a nice couple. But Gwyneth Paltrow in something that I think's been studied like the Zapruder film. I got to turn that off. This. I don't know why you kept this on repeat, Alan. It's not really.
You don't know why? As a fan of Shakespeare in Love?
Well, yeah.
I'm struggling to see where the wardrobe malfunction is.
Shakespeare in Love. Also, another movie, a worst Best Picture winner, in my opinion. But let's go by the numbers. Okay. Sinners had the most nominations. How many wins?
Let me set it up this way.
Yeah, please.
There were only 4 movies that won more than one award. Sinners had the most nominations, winning 4 of the 16.
Okay.
One Battle After Another, nominated for 13, winning 6. Frankenstein won the technical awards with 3 wins. And then the only other movie to win more than one was K-pop Demon Hunters for animated and best song.
And let's talk about the losers. Timothy Chalamet, How to Lose an Oscar in 10 Days. He really pushed hard for this. He pushed hard.
Mhm.
Now, I actually don't have a problem with exactly what he said. He wasn't disparaging like opera and ballet necessarily. He was simply pointing out it doesn't have as large a cultural impact.
He was saying the reality of
The reality.
the state
It
of-
doesn't, people don't go, movies are a populist medium, right?
Was that his
In the
direct quote that no one gives a shit about movie or
no,
ballets?
that he
or
doesn't want to be in a
opera?
position to constantly be trying to save it like ballet and opera, because
Okay.
that's where movies are headed nowadays.
Yes.
That we are trying to we are actively now trying to save the theatrical experience.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It is in the same what is happening to film in terms of the theatrical experience. One of the best jokes of the night was Conan ripping a Ten Sarandos, like being in a theater and mocking him in front of
And
everyone.
that went on for a second.
yeah, uncomfortable.
That wasn't just a quick
Good.
side note. Yeah.
Yeah. But I'm, we're in danger of the movie theater experience
Mhm.
becoming like opera or ballet, where it's
Oh,
a
it's gonna
very
happen.
limited
We're just delaying
market.
it.
Yeah,
We're
true.
just delaying it.
Yeah.
What other numbers,
like-
Alan, do you have?
Oh, I'm sorry. I was just gonna say, much like opera and
Okay.
ballet, it's like, why would we go out and see it? Why would we go out and see it? The only reason we're going to theaters now is for event films, and when those go away, no one's gonna be going to theater. All right, what were we
Well,
asking?
Just any other numbers worth noting, but I mean, Marty Supreme won all of 0 Oscars, 0 at that point. So I'll just say this: here are the main takeaways. Get rid of the scripted comedy from presenters. Have the presenters come up. How about a little banter that is actually authentic, and then get to the nominees and awards
They
for
can't
the
do that, though.
songs?
They're not
What?
authentic. They're not authentic, so
I
they
know.
can't do off the fly.
Don't let actors ad lib.
The least funny moments of it were the scripted. It was scripted, and some of the
Doesn't mean the ad
best,
libs are going to be better.
some of the best moments in Oscar history were unscripted. Do you remember Jack Palance doing push-ups?
Yeah,
And
but he had
mocking
won
Billy
the
Crystal?
award. He wasn't presenting an award.
Well, he did win the award, but the thing is, and I say, let the people's speeches go on a little longer. They cut off people way too quick. That sucked. The other thing that's of note, Conan was great. His bits, the opening was great. I thought his humor was good. He was in the show just enough. I like Conan. I hope he's back next year. What do you got? What takeaways? And the other thing is, for song, we don't need. I don't like these long-winded, like The Bride. They brought out all the cast of The Bride who had these long speech. Why was that? Why did that happen?
Because
What
it
was
was going to be funny.
It wasn't funny in the least.
Yeah.
The best song, just do a medley. We don't need every single song performed. Do a one-time medley of the songs. But I'll say this: when the Oscars get on YouTube, I don't think they'll be shorter. I think actually they will be longer.
We're gonna be streaming 8 hours. Yeah,
Well,
that's one thing
what
we
do
were mentioning it last night. Is like, why would they take a show notorious for running long and playing people off, add another Oscar category,
Yeah.
and then make your in memoriam extra long, and they have 2 different people come out and speak for like 5 minutes at a time for Robert Redford and then Rob Reiner, where they had a bevy of people come out, very confused, and then play off all the poor guys.
And,
that tried to
and,
say
and the only
something.
people they cut off were the Asians.
Yes, because
Yeah,
racism.
both times.
Racism.
I did like
Both-
Conan though. I like Conan doing
He was okay.
the bits, like the movie
thought
scripted
he
bits
was
in the
good.
beginning that
The
Billy
begi-
Crystal
his
used to do.
The beginning was fantastic.
Yeah.
Just the rest of the night, his bits were just not hitting. Made you wish Nikki Glazer was.
I'm telling you, the only thing that makes watching the Oscars tolerable is hanging with you guys and everyone from last night. That was I would have been tortured watching this
It's pretty fun.
alone. And does anyone even have Oscar parties anymore? I remember that being a big deal. Like in the 90s, it'd be like, who's having an Oscar party? Great. I'll bring drinks or whatever. Like, no one does that.
No.
I didn't see anyone have an Oscar party.
Well, I just got the press release for Elton John's Oscar party.
And
Raised like I think $500,000 for something. I would like to have been there. That would have been awesome.
But I remember doing Oscar betting pools.
Mm-hmm.
Remember that? You throw in like $20 or $2 or whatever, and you do the betting pool and see who won. That was always fun.
Well, that's
now
on
you can bet.
Kalishi now. Yeah.
By the
Now
way,
you
did
can bet
someone
on
fill
one.
out the bingo card from last night?
Oh
We had
yeah,
a couple of them.
the bingo card. I don't know if I have that. I don't have that. But it hit a bunch of things on there, which is pretty funny. It's pretty funny.
Yeah, well, Timothy's young. I'm sure that's what they thought. He's young. He's got talent. He'll be back here again for a different movie, and maybe he'll get his awards then. But yeah, it's kind of crazy how they didn't get at least one.
Let's go to comments here. We have a lot.
Andrew Cram starting us off right with 5 Film Threat memberships. Thank
you, Andrew. Appreciate you so much.
Lord Comet for 2. Just stopping in, going to work soon. Rar, miss me with every shot.
Yes,
so
of
far.
course, Lord Comments.
Yes. Chicken Wing for $19.99. Hey gang, have a piece of my Best Picture Kalishi winnings from last night.
Is it Kalishi or Kalshi?
Kalshi, excuse me.
Hey, let us know, Chicken Wing, what you won for. But that's great. Thank you, Chicken Wing.
Searchy for 2. When B1, Michael B1, DA, and Verbal seemed apologetic. Well, one was drunk.
Really?
What?
That's fun. I have to look back. Why
One
were
was
they
drunk.
apologetic?
I don't know.
I think he earned
That
it.
was a good win.
In my opinion. That was a good, yeah.
Rethugulican for 2. These people suck so much beyond parody.
It feels like that sometimes.
Jason Webster for 5. My top 5 worst picture winners: Crash, Shakespeare in Love, Honora, Cavalcade, and One Battle After Another.
Yeah, Honora, while I like that movie, Best Picture Oscar.
Yeah, but
I'm
again,
like-
it was another year of just lackluster movies.
Call sheet.
Yeah, it really was.
Yeah.
So, hey, we've got some news stories that have hit. Let's look at some of these. City Council greenlights measure to boost production in LA. What is happening? Let's see. This is from the Hollywood Reporter. Let me put it up on screen here. It was a long night, folks. You got to be. But let's put this up. Here we go. Is this going to help?
Let's see.
Badger, do you have notes for this?
Yeah, I do. Okay, good.
Cool.
The Los Angeles City Council unanimously approved a package of proposals aimed at improving filming conditions and keeping more productions in Los Angeles. One of the council members introduced the motions under the initiative to Keep Hollywood Home, focused on modernizing the city's production system. Key reforms include faster soundstage certification, an independent audit of the permitting system, requiring city departments to follow filming rules set out by Mayor Karen Bass, introducing free micro shoot permits for productions with 10 or fewer people. The city will work with nearby cities and county agencies to align filming regulations and explore a Made in LA branding campaign to promote local production. Also proposed are incentives for post-production companies, a fund to support small and mid-sized productions, production retention programs, and then greater transparency in the city's contract with Film LA. City leaders say the reforms are meant to cut bureaucratic barriers, attract productions, and protect Los Angeles' status as the center of the entertainment industry. Bureaucratic.
This is nice. This is nice. Too little, too late.
Yeah.
It's too little, too late. Go ahead.
The one that gets me is faster soundstage certification. Why is the city of LA so involved in what happens on a soundstage?
Yeah. Don't we have a bunch of sound stages empty? Like that's
Yep.
the lament right now, is that they're
Yeah,
not being used.
But you would think it's the studio that owns the soundstage that can go in and dictate what gets shot in there. But no, for some reason, it's the city. The city's mandates as to what can shoot or not shoot in the soundstage.
But this is what Adam Carolla was talking about. It's different, but the same about like with the fires in Malibu. And he's like, no. They think they're going to come back and rebuild, but they're going to have to get this and this and this and this and this permit. Like it's the same for shooting, just in a different way. Once they found out how to make their money, they did it. And that's why you nickeled and dimed everyone out of the state.
Yep.
Yeah, it's really disheartening to see this is too little too late from Karen Bass. I think one thing that would help production coming back to LA would be cleaning up the city. I mean, we showed earlier that horrible footage within a block of where the Oscars take place is tent city with homeless, drug-fueled homeless people, dangerous individuals. How about clean this city? Why would you want to make anything in LA? It's disgusting.
Yeah. Well, they clean it up when like a foreign dignitary from China or something comes and they can all of a sudden clean it up real quick.
San Francisco, but look,
Same shit. They could do it too if they wanted.
Yeah, well, there is no will to do it. This is all these politicians, California politicians that get in these high positions, they look on them as honorary positions. They get to do the thing. They get to be in the face. They get social media adulation. They give money to their friends through fake organizations. Enough.
No, it's about power. I mean, that's why people get into politics nowadays. It's to gain power and gain more power. You know, it's you don't sit down in that chair thinking, how can I help my constituents? It's now that I'm in my chair, what can I do next? How can I exert power to make myself not only feel more powerful?
Well, at the top.
Yeah.
But below that, all the people that actually are in charge with this, the people that make fucking six-figure salaries, it does not behoove them to do it because then they're out of jobs. And so we give them millions and millions, but instead of fixing the problem or trying to fix the problem, they just keep it going because they're getting paid.
Well, I would say if politicians, what would happen if politicians could cure racism, could fix racism? Now what? What do they have left to do? You know, they have to keep it going in order to.
That's the progressive, right?
Yeah.
If you're constantly
in order to
progressing,
legitimize their jobs, they have to.
And you get it.
Things going.
What are you progressing towards? So you have to keep the struggle alive.
Right.
Well, what I mean by honorary position is there is a job that has to be done, like keep the reservoirs full, like serve. You were saying, Alan, serve your constituents. You know, the people who voted for you, you need to serve them. You know, you don't do a fundraiser for the fires and then give the money to your wife's organization, Gavin Newsom. I mean, why? And here's the thing that makes me angry is where is the outrage? Why aren't people upset over this? Look, I moved to California from Detroit in 1989. And while I was too young to see Detroit in its heyday, I saw the decimation. I saw the auto industry, which my father was a part of, just go down the toilet. And the city destroyed. Once great city of Detroit. I'm talking about movie palaces and theaters. It all was decaying. It all was crime-ridden. I'm seeing this happen in real time in the city, my adopted city of LA. It makes me sick to my stomach to see the greed and to see people still, I gotta vote a certain way no matter what. Look around. The only reason I haven't really changed, but I can see with my eyes. I can use my frontal lobe, as Rachel Zegler says. And I see what's happened, and it disgusts me, and it's affecting obviously not just myself, but my kids, my friends who've moved away, everyone I know who's out of work. If there is not radical change in California, it's over. And people should not live in fear of speaking out, which I'm just saying what I see with my own eyes. Makes me sick. Too little, too late. I think the only thing is going to be radical political change in California to fix the mess.
How the hell would we ever get that, though?
Yeah.
I don't know. People are just, they're blind. They're blind.
Yeah. I mean, the reality is they don't need your vote.
It's over, Johnny. It's
I know.
over.
It's over.
Yeah. Well, someone said, is the cream not already curdled? It is.
Yeah.
It is, and it's turned to yucky yogurt. Like, it's not, we're done.
I remember I was born, well, I was born in California. And when I was born in California, it was a red state. Two presidents came out of California. Oh, when I was a youngster. You know, we make California great again. I'll say it.
And by the way, before we go to our next news story, thank you, real actor Rob, for becoming a member. Appreciate you. And Chicken Wing, he gives it to us. I won $150
Wow.
from a $25 bet that OBAA would win Best Picture.
Oh, I would have bet a fucking $100.
Really? Those are the odds?
Damn. Okay, next year, guys, we're doing it's call sheet.
we're
doing
doing
call
Yeah,
sheet.
we're gonna put our money where our mouths are.
Yeah.
We are doing call sheet.
Hell yeah. Really?
I
That's
mean-
a great return.
Oh my God.
I can't.
Damn,
Those couldn't have
I'd
been
bet way more than
5 to
100.
1 odds on one battle after another.
Let's go. Oscar's gonna be lit next year. Let's go.
We will, you know what? We'll
Gambling
make Oscar,
addicts.
we will make Oscar betting part of the show next year.
Yeah, I'm down.
Hey, another news story here. Can Gen Z save Hollywood? Very interesting piece about changing habit. I've actually seen a lot of interesting things about Gen Z that they're actually going back to rental houses to rent VHS tapes. This is true. I'm going to put this story up. I know you have notes, Badger.
Yeah.
Let's
Just-
what's the story all about?
The one thing we can hope is that since we're all lonely and isolated, that the group theater is what brings everyone back for some sort of like fellowship, since no one goes to church. Okay, can Gen Z save Hollywood?
Exactly. That's what this picture is.
Yeah. Gen Z has become a major force behind the resurgence of movie theaters, helping drive several surprising box office successes in 2025. Films like Zootopia 2, which earned 1.86 billion worldwide to become the year's biggest hit, and Disney's live-action Lilo and Stitch, which surpassed 1 billion, demonstrated the strong appeal of family-friendly and nostalgia-driven movies among younger audiences. Unexpected performers such as Iron Lung and Scream 7 also exceeded expectations, showing how Gen Z enthusiasm can boost both independent projects and major franchises. In 2025, Gen Z accounted for 39% of moviegoers in North America, up from 34% in 2019, and their theater attendance increased by 25% over the previous year. Despite growing up in a digital world, Gen Z has embraced the communal experience of going to the movies, often pairing it with social media engagement. Analysis say younger viewers enjoy sharing their theater outings online and participating in the broader cultural conversation surrounding new releases. This shift has also revived interest in PG-rated films, with several top performers including a Minecraft movie and How to Train Your Dragon. At the same time, studios are increasingly focused on intellectual property that resonates with younger audiences, such as video games, anime, and internet personalities. Rather than older franchises aimed primarily at older generations, Gen Z's influence extends beyond blockbuster entertainment. Specialty distributors like A24 and Neon have benefited from younger audiences, discovering films through online communities and discussion platforms like Letterboxd, which has grown to more than 27 million users. This online engagement can translate directly into theatrical interest, helping films build momentum through reviews, fan edits, and social media buzz. For many young viewers, movies are not just something to watch, but something to discuss, rate, and share. Social trends are also contributing to the theater comeback. Many younger adults are drinking and clubbing less than previous generations, making moviegoing a more affordable and appealing social activity. At the same time, the fear of missing out online on conversations or spoilers encourage them to see films early, with 40% of Gen Z reporting they buy tickets in advance. As a result, industry leaders increasingly view Gen Z as essential to the future of the theatrical movie-going experience, with their blend of digital engagement and enthusiasm for shared cultural experiences reshaping how Hollywood approaches film releases.
Oh, you're muted, Chris.
Yeah, sorry about that. I do think there is Gen Z got really ripped off. Their childhood, 15 days to slow the spread turned into 2 years. I mean, for Californians, but they really got screwed out of a lot. And the increasingly screen-led world, it's ultimately unsatisfying. And I think the in-person experiences, I believe, are important, and I think are making a comeback. Even things like I found a whole bunch of videos. That's what I was doing while I was listening to you, Badger. There's here's a news report about video rental stores making a comeback. It's very short video we can watch, but
seem like ancient history nowadays. But one California shop is surviving the test of time. The video wave in San Francisco has been drawing in a new generation of customers who are embracing the old way of movie rentals. CBS News Bay Area reporter Itai Hod tells us more.
Movie
rentals.
rentals.
In a world ruled by algorithms and autoplay, one small store in San Francisco still does things by hand. No streaming, no logins, just rows and rows of DVDs, and a local crowd keeping movie night alive.
Did you ever imagine when you opened the store that you'd be the last one standing?
No. Colin Hutton is the owner of Video Wave, believed to be the last remaining video store in San Francisco. For years, he thought the final credits were about to roll.
There's been many, many moments where I wouldn't survive it.
The trouble started around 2008, when streaming took over and video stores began to fade to black. But then something unexpected happened. Customers started to return, including a whole new generation just discovering the joy of coming attractions.
Is it the tactile thing? It's a tactile thing.
23-year-old Caitlin Zephyr says there's something refreshing about slowing down and hitting pause.
When it comes to things that are streaming on your phone, it feels like everything's demanding your attention right away. And like these other things, there's a step removed from that.
Believe it or not, DVDs are having a moment. Not quite a blockbuster comeback, more of a cult classic rewind. While overall DVD sales dropped last year, 4K editions jumped 10% and collector versions climbed 25%. Lucas Hildebrand, chair of film and media studies at UC Irvine, says for Gen Z, part of the appeal isn't just the films, it's the boxes, the artwork, even the act of browsing.
I think there's also this hunger.
Vidiot's is in Eagle Rock, not far from where I live. And they've got a huge video store collection. You've got also Alamo Draft House in downtown LA. They offer video rentals for free. You give your credit card, you take the DVD. If you don't return it, they'll charge you. But they don't charge you to take the movies, watch them, and return them. They're absolutely free to rent. Yeah. And because they bought out other collections. I love this. I'll show more, but I do think there's something about streaming that it's so removed. You're like, we're so used to I can't tell you how many times I spent half an hour looking for something to watch on Netflix and then not watching anything.
Because it almost has no value because you can so easily. I was thinking about this the other day. I used to go it meant something. You rented 2 or 3 movies. You were watching those 2 or 3 movies, even if you did. By the way, I got to talk to Chad. Look, I know that Daddy Chill Joker guy that we just saw. That's how we get them back. All right. The mental illness fades away when they start watching older movies and they start baseness is there and common sense. and then they take all that goofy shit off. And
Look,
yeah, I'm happy that there's something for them.
I thought Caitlin was a lovely girl and who loves movies.
The loveliest girl in a pinch, right, Dante? Yeah.
But well, let's watch the rest of this. It's only not that much left, 30 seconds.
For people who grew up with social media and who grew up with the internet to actually have in-person interactions.
What's your lesson?
Ironically, the store's future may depend on the very thing that nearly destroyed it, a subscription model.
If I had 150 more subscribers, that would be the difference between not making it and making it.
And if enough people sign up, Video Wave might just avoid the final cut.
Thanks very much.
Thank you.
Oh, the lame sort of jokes there, kind of whatever. Anyways, this is encouraging. I do think there's a weird return and almost an anti-tech movement, a Butlerian jihad, as it were, against like we've become everything has become crappy. It starts out like, oh my God, Uber is great. For $4, I got driven across town. Uber's awesome. Now it costs more to get an Uber round trip to LAX than to buy a flight.
Yeah.
Every tech thing ever starts as this is useful. I love it. Now I can't live without it. Now I'm being charged too much. Have you seen that that video, that humor video about enshittification?
What?
We should watch that video. We'll watch it later.
Yeah.
Grubhub and DoorDash are the same thing. It was affordable and cool. Now it's like twice as much than just fucking getting your
Yes, the fees and everything. I think if you order stuff from DoorDash, you're a millionaire. I look at the fees they charge. I'm not paying $40 for a sandwich from Subway.
Plus, they upscale the price on the actual items as well. So
Right.
that's the other hidden fee.
A
lot of it has to do with the minimum wage for fast food workers or restaurant workers. Also, I mean, it's all government based.
Right.
Uber Eats, DoorDash, they got really popular, and the government needed to take their portion of it. Uber was making a lot of money letting you get picked up at LAX, and now the city wants to get their hands on it. In terms of the story, though, it's not that. Look, first of all, if the movie theatrical is going to survive, you have to bring Gen Z back in, because you've got to build that growing base of theater goers. The other thing is the movies that did well last year were Gen Z movies. I'm looking at Minecraft, Lilo and Stitch, Zootopia 2, How to Train Your Dragon. Those are meant for Gen Z, and they went out and they spent money and they did it. The reason I bring that up is because I think Hollywood has lost sight as to who Gen Z actually is. Like I said, I talked to my daughter. I made her watch an episode of Starfleet Academy, and the first thing she said was, "This is millennials writing to what they think Gen Z kids are. They don't understand the audience." And the people who do understand the audience will make money. Markiplier understands his audience.
Yes.
And they came out and they showed up.
You can call me a shitmaker?
It's not like they can't. It's not like that. That Gen Z doesn't want to see movies, but you need to make movies that Gen Z wants to see.
We were right. Everything we've said for all these times, for years and years, we were all right. Make movies under budget, not filled with agenda, story and characters. Go back to formula, family friendly. If it's like an R-rated one, just make it not anti-American. Have strong male figures, and all of those movies have succeeded. The Top Gun Mavericks, and then now the PG, How to Train Your Dragons and fucking Lilo and Stitches. Just stop. It failed. It failed. Your horrible commie Marxist agenda of destroying America and making men look like Pedro. It's not resonating with anyone. But when you go back and watch all the things we're talking about, all of a sudden, hey, this is actually pretty good. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, Snow White is the great example of that. That should have been a Gen Z movie.
Yeah,
but the story itself, the way they wrote it, the unlikability of the characters, no wonder. That was the thing that my daughter said about Starfleet Academy. I just don't like these characters. She just can't get into any of them, and they're reaping the benefits of that.
Caleb is like the closest to being a character I would enjoy, and he goes on Verge, and then they take it away.
Yeah.
So it's like they can try, but they never get there because they're not allowed to.
I mean, I would say, he definitely had the most potential.
Yeah.
But again, yeah, go ahead.
Go ahead, Alan. Sorry.
No, go ahead.
No, Big 50.
50. Dirk Slasher. That is either a murderer or a porn star, maybe both. Wow. When I submitted Hunter and Tiger to Film Threat for review, I didn't know what to expect. I especially didn't expect Alan himself to review it and to give it a 7 out of 10. Thank you, Alan. I really appreciate it. Clyde DeJong, aka Dirk Slasher. Shout out.
Thank you, Dirk.
It's basically an AI music video, or a music video using AI for animation. Look, AI is not there yet. At least not the off-the-shelf stuff. But you at least you had an idea and themes to your song and your video. That's what pushed it over the edge there.
C-Dub for $4.99. Loved the Oscar stream last night. Got my early IMAX screening ticket to Project Hail Mary tonight. Can't wait. Yeah, I'm seeing it tonight too. I'm very excited.
Yeah, IMAX. Oh my gosh, that's a movie made for IMAX.
One more here, and I've got
not another
treat.
Name. Not another name for 5. There is an uncut DVD/Blu-ray store in Austria next to Germany. I buy everything there. Yeah, uncut versions are the best.
Yeah, I think there's just a return to like ultimately this constantly this is unfulfilling. Yeah. It's unfulfilling. And when you see how bad apps have gotten, like there were things that were affordable, they became something, wow, we can't really live without. And now they're unaffordable. And I think Gen Z is like getting back to basics. Like, look, and I've seen people complaining like, so I pay for Prime and it doesn't have, but I can just go out. I think people are tired of subscriptions. You're taking $20 from me every month. I don't even use it.
Yeah.
I think so.
The Oscars bit about the vertical IMAX releases.
Oh, that was great.
Yeah.
I hate vertical cinema.
Yeah.
I mean, it can work for certain short things. Like, I despise it. And the fact that they use vertical to promote so many things now, it doesn't convert. Getting a lot of followers or likes on TikTok doesn't convert to a movie making money or having a cultural impact.
The trailer for the trailer.
Yeah.
Here's the thing. People don't watch stories on phones. Vertical or otherwise, the phones, the TikToks and all that serves solely to fill time. You have nothing to do, so you pop it on, and guess what? You'll watch it because you have nothing to do, and then when you have something to do, you'll put that off to continue watching because it's that addictive. But you're not going to get a full story. You're not going to get anything that's really meaningful. You'll get stuff that you'll find is cute and you want to send to someone else, but nothing of substance.
Well, in keeping with this theme that presented itself today, why is everything shit? I present to you this video, and you'll see where it comes from. And there is a point to this video. It's 4 minutes. We will watch together and comment, but this may be the most important video you see this year. Let's watch together.
You can call me a shit maker. My job is to make things shitty. The official title is Ensh ttificator. What I do is I take things that are perfectly fine and I make them worse. More specifically, I make it shitty. I come from a long line of people making things shitty. My father was an Ensh ttificator, his father before him, and his father before him. So yeah, it's a proud tradition in our family, making things shitty. But it is hard work, and it's not very cost efficient to do it like this. I can only be in so many places at one time. So I needed a way to scale up the business without working myself to death. And just when I needed it, the solution lands right in my lap. Enter the internet. All of a sudden, I didn't have to move around to make things shitty. I could just stay in one place and make things shitty for way more people at the same time. And that's when things really started to move. Got a favorite website? Let's fill it with pop-ups. Preferably scam. Enjoying a video? Oopsie, ad break. Oh, you bought an expensive phone? Great. Here's an update.
Oh
Make
my
it
God.
shitty. Let's say you have 1,000 pictures of your deceased mother. Oh, so sad. What do? I make you pay for it. The memories may be yours, but the photos, they're mine. So it's very important. It needs to be nice at first, but then. Yes.
Yes.
What do you say? Okay. Woo! That's what I'm talking about.
By the way, I should point out, we got rid of ads on our site. We only do these ads that aren't intrusive. Specifically because I hate this. So we got rid of ads on our site. The site, which is down, by the way, we're having some issues. My apologies. But for this reason, let's keep watching. This is
Oh, super chats are appreciated.
You're not happy with the way something you really liked turns shitty. What do? Contact customer service. Here, talk to completely useless chatbot. No human available. Here's my favorite part. Let's say someone starts an alternative service. What do? We buy them. Make people dependent enough, and then
Make it shitty!
you sell me a car.
Well, it's great.
Sold. I'll buy your car. Now what? I don't have any more money. You have me in the palm of your hand. You can crush me. So what do? Updates. Radio, premium feature. Heating, premium feature. Now I have a shitty car and I can't afford a new one. But what I can afford is a small monthly payment.
Make it shitty!
The future? The future is looking bright.
Braking is now a premium feature. Please enter your credit card details.
This is a serious.
This is reality. Yeah.
Digital services are getting worse. Luckily, it doesn't have to be that way. We're going to go to that website. Let me pause that. Let me back it up and go to that. Be that way.
Hit pause.
We're going to go to that website.
Hit pause.
We're watching it's Inception.
Yeah, it's
Oh, no.
Inception. Wait, how did that happen?
I don't know. Don't bring up your porn though. Back out.
I'm not. So,
Oh, Gwyneth Paltrow.
Yeah. So what do you think of this?
Yeah,
It's shitty. Yeah.
It was funny until I realized how real it was, and then it was kind of sad that is just where we are at.
It is. We're trying to. It's not
Yeah.
real.
I remember I used to be able to type on my keypad on my iPhone, and now I can't.
Yeah, they're making it worse intentionally.
Yeah.
I think what websites and apps are designed to, it's designed to have you accidentally hit a feature
Yeah.
that makes you do stuff, or you should by default have the highest level of privacy and no notifications. But the default is notifications all on, and I turn off all I don't want you to be bugging me constantly. I don't need to know that Alan Ing tweeted. As much as I love Alan's tweet,
You should need to know when
I do look at your feed. I don't need to be notified every time Alan does.
I
What the hell?
Oh, it's a it's good. Yeah, don't.
God dang it.
Well, it's
Literally
probably it probably doesn't have a security certificate.
All right. Anyways,
it's been
so, look,
e-shitified.
Yeah.
well, it's this is the problem with everything. It applies to food. They focus on tech here, but this applies to food. It applies to movies and entertainment. It applies to streaming services. Why is everything shit? It's monetizing, making things worse. And that video points it out. There should be a US version of this movement, I feel. So what do you guys think about this?
Everything has gotten markedly worse, and it's not just shrinkflation. Someone's like, what do you miss the most from the 90s? It's like, honestly, I think the food. Like the quality of the food. Like, everything has gotten smaller and shittier ingredient. Like when he said, what happens if they make an alternative? You buy it. Like all these places like Jersey Mike's, they used to be good, or Jimmy John's or whatever. They all got bought by like the same company.
Yep.
You could just see it go down in quality, and that just extrapolate that across every product. Basically, it's all just gotten worse, but they make you pay more for less of it.
Yeah, you get less, you pay more. Also, I think for some reason people have grown incompetent nowadays.
Yes.
The best people, we're not hiring the best people anymore. We're hiring people to fill quotas and so on. We've gone through all that. Our television, our movies, who are these writers? Where do they learn to write? Where do they learn to tell stories? Because clearly they're not getting it in college. The people who run studios, who manage these $100 million budgets, where do they get their business degrees, their economic degrees, their accounting degrees? It's all about now. There's not enough of people who look like me doing this job, and so we're going to hire only the incompetent people who look like me to do these jobs.
Well, and even there's not a runway for experience. For example, when I was a kid, I obviously I worked hard in school. I feel like I could have done better in school, but I wanted to have other pursuits. I like to read recreationally. I had newspaper routes from the age of 9 through 19, worked at a video store when I was 16. That was a job. I worked night school delivering projectors to continuing education students at my high school. It was a 3-day-a-week job at minimum wage. And then I worked restaurants on the weekends. I worked at a young age. By the time I was like 19, I had work experience. I knew about hierarchy, dealing with problems, customer service. I don't think a lot of kids, I think having some lame job you don't like, whether it's a McDonald's or a paper route or whatever, teaches you life skills. And that's not happening now. That was like the default setting was why did I have those jobs? I wanted to buy stuff. I wanted to buy model kits and comic books and magazines. I wanted to pay to go to the movies. I wanted to buy a car so I could drive to the movie theater. No one gifted me those things. I worked crappy jobs that I learned a lot from, saved money, and bought the things I wanted. And I felt a sense of pride from buying those things because I paid for that car. I bought that car. It's my car. And I paid to have it fixed. And I learned to change a tire.
I know he won't stop. He'll just keep going.
Sorry, Alan. Sorry, Alan.
No, I think my theme for 2026 is this idea of excellence. It's not just enough to go and do a job, but it's the idea that you want to be excellent at this job. That I want to be a writer for this television series. I want to be an excellent writer for this series. It just feels like we're filling seats in Hollywood, and that no one there cares about being better or doing the best that they possibly can. That's why all the best stuff is the old stuff, and why none of the new stuff you can never apply the term excellence to it. And the Oscars is exactly this. The last night's Oscars is exactly it. You essentially had two movies that were up for all the awards. Last year it was probably 4 movies that was up for the awards. We just don't care anymore. We just need to take our spot in the industry. That's the entitlement we have. But the idea that I would go the extra mile and produce something excellent is foreign to these people.
Think about what Chris said, though. You used to work a shitty job. Like, there's no such thing as a shitty bad job now. McDonald's is not something for kids fresh out of high school. There's people that are 30, 40, 50 years old there. Like, there are just jobs now, and who can get them?
Right. Well, they can't. Look, if you're going to pay $20 an hour for McDonald's, you're not hiring kids.
No. Bro, fucking Red Robin was offering, like, at the time I had to struggle to make $15 an hour or whatever, and they were offering you like $20 starting to cut tomatoes. So yeah, those are not starting out jobs anniore. Those are just jobs.
I remember when working for $15 an hour was an accomplishment.
Yeah. Yes.
I had finally gotten there.
It broke me so hard because I was leading an entire kitchen, the chef, and then I found out that the prep cooks at Red Robin were making $19 an hour. Lose my shit. Yeah, we're done. And also, Vegas is a perfect example of the e-shitification, corporatization, soullessness,
Yes.
cheap food, cheap beer, fun, new experiences, and it's just nothing now.
It's like they don't want people to go to Vegas. I'm dreading going to Vegas when Alan and I go.
Yeah.
It's not the town it used to be.
By the way, Circus is right near Caesars. Maybe we should look into
Circus. You trying to get murdered?
Talk about making things shitty. They've
been doing it for decades. Let's be real.
That was notoriously shitty when I was a kid.
One last topic as we wrap up, and that is Starfleet Academy. The final episode debuted last week. I got some info for you. It's not good.
Yeah. I was going to say, I'm just going to repeat my excellence commentary there.
Starfleet Academy did not land in the top 10 shows of the Paramount app on the weekend of its finale. Yet the production team is saying it found its audience. Where do you think the audience is? Okay, we saw the final episode. It landed with a thud. I don't know if you saw it, Badger, had anything to say.
Yeah.
Yeah. What do you think?
I watched, the last episode, they took a couple of different scenes. The doctor from his arms wide, Darmok at Tanagra when he couldn't speak. The Athena coming out of the plasma, which was straight from the 2009 Star Trek. There's a couple of things trying to hit it. None of it hit. Every good moment they could have gotten, like Tatiana Maslany's She-Hulk mommy, like learning Caleb had joined Starfleet and blah, blah, blah. I was watching I jump into Reddit every once in a while just to see what they're thinking over there, because that's a little microcosm. They're melting down on the Star Trek subreddit about why this isn't in the top 10s. They blame Elon Musk. They blame Stephen Miller. They blame everyone except who they should be blaming for it, and that's Kurtzman and his inability to connect and write. And this is what your daughter said, Alan. Yeah. They don't know how to write for Gen Z or Alpha or anyone really.
I like how they overestimate our influence and power over culture.
That's what I said. If it's all us review bombing it, because that's their cope, right? It's all just review bomb. Where's all these Star Trek fans watching it?
I know.
Illuminate, Samba, all these things.
Let me show you.
Well, no,
I
just will repeat my whole excellence spiel there. These episodes they've written, can you apply the word excellence to it? Can you, it's just incompetence. That was the running theme of the writing and the storytelling. Incompetent. No one knows what they're doing. No one taught these people how to do it. And this is the garbage we get from it.
Well, a lot of it is just so many bad ideas. For example, if you heard this term reverse mentorship, where an older veteran who knows the business is mentored by a younger person entering the industry to tell them what the kids think. That's what's happened across Hollywood.
Well, in the D-Files, we talked about, they hired these female animators off of the internet.
Instagram or
no, it was it's that website where all the art is.
Tumblr or something like
yeah,
that.
Tumblr,
It was
that was it.
a Tumblr.
They got them all off of Tumblr, and so they come in, and some of the people who were working there at the time told me that, they would, they thought, great, new blood, and they would come in and kind of gently give them ideas and hints of how to make things better, and it was all perceived as that it was all unwelcomed advice, and they were told not to do it.
Well, let me just say that we know Kurtzman is likely gone at the end of this year. Starfleet Academy Season 2 may play out before the end of 2026, but the future of Trek may come from its past. Check this video out that I found. You're gonna love it. It's called The Galaxy Class Girls Red Shirt Romeo. 80s
all real
pop music video. It's all AI, but I would rather watch AI slop than what Starfleet Academy is serving up. Look at this. You got Kirk, Picard, Riker. You've got look at this. They got
weird AI.
Yeah, look at that. Worf.
Yeah, boy, Captain Summer.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, come on, let's go.
He's polishing his golden pips in the center of the bar. Synthahol stink upon his lips, thinks himself a superstar. He says inside, hello, there isn't any move he doesn't know. He's pushing me too far, so I am gonna tell him no. He thinks he's got the touch, but he assumes too much. Oh, he's just another
look at the color.
This thing
is, it looks amazing.
Make it so fast, it coming fast, it goes. Telling me I'll take it slow, gonna have to tell him no.
Oh, Picard and Jerry, I like that.
He's just another red shirt Romeo.
Well, they were both Borg. So.
Red shirt Romeo.
I've been as far as deep space nine, seen a galaxy of guys. This one's pouring extra wine, desperation in his eyes.
This is
He
just
says the
fun.
lights too low and tastes like a red hot rock to Gino. I start to realize that he won't be here tomorrow. I feel his phaser burn the point of no
Proportions are a bit
return. Oh, he's just another red shirt Romeo. Always tries to make it so fast, it's coming fast to go. Telling me I'll take it slow.
Yeah.
I have to tell him no. Oh, he's just another red shirt Romeo. Straightens out his shirt, standing awkward in the silence of the turbo lift. Treats me like I'm dirt. He's focused on the roster for the morning shift. Nothing left for me to say. Go about the working day. I'm not the type of girl that you can hurt. Oh, he's just another red shirt Romeo. Always tries to make it so fast to come and fast to go. Telling me I'll take it slow.
I mean, come
Gonna have
on.
to tell him no.
It's masculine. It's feminine. It's
He's just
rocking. It's
another
sexy.
red
It's
shirt
fun.
Romeo. Always tries to
Action.
make it so fast to come and fast to go. Telling me I'll take it slow. Gonna have to tell him no. Oh, it's just another red shirt Romeo. Time for me to let him go. Yes, it's just another red shirt Romeo. Next time I'll have to tell him no. 'Cause he's just another red shirt Romeo.
God, come on. That's what we had. We had great Trek stories, great Trek characters. Yes, I know it's AI slop. The slop is better than what they're paying for. Am I wrong?
No, I think AI could have done it better with Starfleet Academy than
Well, we showed videos that showed what Starfleet Academy could have been, right? Something just more rooted that took it seriously. So, anyways, what do
Anson
you guys
Mount
think?
as Pike too could have been so good in Strange.
That
That was primed, man. He was on Hell on Wheels.
Yeah, I mean, that's great casting, by the way. I like him.
He's nuked.
No, he is, of course. I mean, look, I know it's slop, but what it does, it's slop, but it makes it, you can't defend what they're paying for is so bad.
Mm-hmm.
If I'm a studio exec saying this show, 10 episodes cost me $100 million.
Cost more than the originals. Yeah.
What's that?
Cost more than the original series.
Yes, $100 million. Or I can get AI, and you know what? Get some good writers behind the AI. You make new adventures with whatever. I mean, look. I mean, yeah, you could do, actually AI used to previs things. That's being done now.
We're seeing it in Star Wars right now, where I'm eating pretty good of people who know Star Wars and love it and are using AI, like the guy that does all the Beggars Canyon stuff. That really make
great.
it. And he's apparently, because he was in Star Wars Theories chat, he's an actual like film editor, so he knows like camera angles and cuts.
Yeah.
But like once we start getting more of that, bro, once someone who really knows this and is like a huge Star Trek nut, and we start getting videos like that, we probably already have them. They're just not getting light. Yeah, it's not slop if it's lovingly tailored by an actual artist.
Right. I mean, I don't know. I mean, with Hollywood imploding, with more consolidation, with less work in the industry, which means less seasoned people, less of a quality pool of people you can hire to make a movie. The craftsmen that were awarded last night at the Oscars, who got, for the craft, cinematography, sound, all those people, these are freelance gigs. If they're not getting work, they're gone. It's very disheartening. But until there's a radical change, I really think Star Trek is a dead franchise. I really believe that.
Yeah. Definitely see a good barometer with where we're going with Paramount is the official announcement that Kurtzman's done, and then who they hire for their movie that they're doing, or movies that they say are unrelated.
And then Kurtzman can be added to the Mount Rushmore of people who've ruined franchises, like Kathleen Kennedy, Alex Kurtzman. Like it'll be a Mount Rushmore of shit.
Yeah.
My God. Hey, we have to wrap up early. We're gonna get to your soups, I promise people. But Alan and I have somewhere to go and something to see, and you'll learn all about it today on our social media a little after 4 p.m. But until then, we really can't say anything, right, Alan?
Yep.
Yeah.
Don't give it away like I did earlier.
Yeah.
Which I'm sure people forgot.
Yeah, well, getting to see things early is the spice of life, and I'm very jealous of you guys. At Flying Blind on a Rocket Cycle for $2.99. It's a super sticker, which I can't see, but I'm sure it's awesome.
It's probably.
I like last night when you said Flying Blinden.
Dante had just said his famous in a pinch line, and he threw me so hard. Yeah, Flying Blind on Rocket Cycle. Shout out. MK Solid for $4.99. I love hearing Chris talk about everyday hardships and political problems. He should have a separate show for this. Yeah, political show in.
Yeah, I'm gonna call it D-Day Cobra live, and
yeah,
or D-Day Gorebra.
If
Gorecast.
if Gavin Newsom runs for president, I will start a separate channel. I have my personal. I could just do live streams there and talk about what I can see with my frontal lobe.
Yeah. I have a great slogan for Gavin's presidential run. Make America California.
Oh no, I don't like that.
Oh my God. Oh, this is
Mick
great.
Gore. Yes, I'm telling you, you look good in all of these ethnicities. Mick Gore for 2. Gents, who's ready for tomorrow? Me. That's who.
I can't wait. I have Irish blood, and I can't wait. Thank
I
you,
have
Mick.
corned beef ready to go tomorrow.
Oh, so good. Harry Brownhole for 2. AI delivers pretty plastic shit rather than actual shit.
Well, it's better than what Starfleet Academy turned out to be, objectively speaking.
Shout out Jeff from Sons and Shadows for 2. Passion, fun, creativity, everything that's missing.
Yep.
Andrew
Thank
Cram,
you, Sons and Shadows. Thank you.
shout out Andrew for another 10. Sounds spicy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. Yeah. And then let's see.
It's from Christopher. Yeah.
From Chris Moonlight, who's a writer for Film Threads.
Is it slop though? If you can do this, you can make a quality series.
100%.
No, but people will get lazy with it. Like they're getting lazy with CG effects.
Right.
Aaron Charman for 5. I watched Fluorescent Beast over the weekend. To be honest, I was a little unsure about halfway through, but then the ending completely won me over.
Oh, thanks. Glad you watched it. We had Paul on, the director of that film, Paul Osborne. And we got to thank you to our mods, MK Solid, Lord Thoth. We appreciate you. Join Badgercast tonight. What
Yeah.
time?
I'm still gonna keep it at 3:30 PST, but I did just have a video that came out. Grant Morrison absolutely slammed Damon Lindelof in his comments about Green being stupid. He said everything we've said. Why do you keep giving series to people that hate it? Green isn't like
Really?
he said all the things that so please, if you go over and check that
post?
video out. Yes, a very lengthy 3-paragraph post.
He talked about the new Star Trek.
Yes. No,
No,
sorry,
Green
not Star
Lantern,
Trek.
Green
Green
Lantern.
Lanterns.
Green
Green Lanterns
Lanterns.
specifically. Yes.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
it was welcomed. It's welcome to hear people on the other side say the things that we're all thinking and feeling.
That's what's kind of sad is people, I think not so much me. I don't know. I tend to not be a target. I try to be reasoned, but like definitely Gary and Drinker, among others, people go after them. I saw someone going after Gary this morning, but it's a guy with it. I don't know why they pay attention. I ignore people that come after me for the most part because they're
Like, how many followers did that person who criticized
like
you have?
139.
That's why.
Like Gary, don't waste your time. Gary, do not waste your time. It's not worth even responding. The thing is well, I know that Jeremy from Geeks and Gamers, they really came after him. Like, but I just look, I like everyone has a different opinion. It's fine, but defend it. Defend it. Let's see you defend it. What is great about this? And I just think that dystopian, dark, that's over. We don't want that. I think we want hopeful.
Yeah, no more nihilism.
No more nihilism.
Yeah.
No more nihilism. We're done with nihilism. I thought Superman was going to be that.
So did I.
I thought what Gunn was going to do with DC was the end of nihilism, optimistic. I watched that old Superman movie with Chris Reeve. It like gives you a movie high.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like
again, even Man of Steel, they can say he's dark or whatever, but the Russell Crowe line, is Jor-El, you can save them, Cal. You can save all of them. And then the music swells and that's what I want from my Superman. Hopeful.
Uplifting. Star Trek used to do that. Star Wars used to do that. Superhero films used to do that. And now from what I hear, everything I hear about Doomsday, why are they doing this? This is not your answer to reboot your universe, is to destroy all your characters.
Yeah. I was with all my progressive friends over the weekend, and even they were saying that. It's like movies are so depressing nowadays. Can't we just have a little glimmer of hope? And then everyone brought up Song Sung Blue. And it's like, yeah, he dies at the end, but man, that was a horrible movie.
It's uplifting.
Yeah.
Yes, a sad ending, but an uplifting story about going for your dream, never giving up, doing what it takes. Like Hugh Jackman is so good in that movie. That's a movie. Song Sung Blue in an earlier time would have won Best Picture as a blue collar.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know if you ever saw it, Badger. Please seek it out. It's so good.
I saw the trailer and I was like, this probably is depressing. And then I looked at the ending. I was like, But I did. Yeah, I've heard it's very good. And
It's on Netflix, I think, or
Okay.
it's on one of them.
You will smile through all of it.
Some Peacock.
Anyways, that's going to wrap it up for us. Thank you so much. Alan and I are back on Wednesday. No Nooner this week because Gary is going to Florida for MegaCon. So just want to thank Badger and
Appreciate
Alan
you.
for hanging out. Yeah.
Yeah.
And so we're back Wednesday. Friday, we'll talk Project Hail Mary. It's going to be a lot of fun. And I want to say thank you to everyone for all your support. Alan, what do you have to say?
Let's get out of here.